Hi everybody, this is Thomas Wood with MicroQuant. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from today's live trading room. Again, that runs Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8 a.m. until noon Eastern Standard Time. And today all the trades we're going to show you, we did take more trades in this. We only had a couple losing trades and they were minuscule compared to the winners that we had. But I'll just show you some of the highlights, some of the best trades that we had today. This first one is in corn. This is on a 60-minute contract, a 60-minute chart on the continuous contract. You see we shorted here at this overvalued price point. We had a doji that was with a red tip, so we had a red tip, significantly overvalued doji. We said to put our stop loss right beyond the high and short on the open of the next bar. You see we had a little bit of unrealized losses before the market moved in our direction, and then we went ahead and exited this trade as soon as we hit significantly undervalued just a few hours later. The next trade we're going to take a look at is in the Dow. Again, we had this overvalued doji pulled away from this 8-bar exponential moving average. We had a couple different exit opportunities. Okay, the first one, we took our short here on the open of the very next bar, so we shorted right here. We had our stop loss just at the high, just beyond the high. We see we barely had any unrealized losses before the market moved in our direction. It moved a pretty good distance initially, and then we said we could either take profit, or we said we could just take half our profit and let the rest of it stay on at this significantly undervalued price point right about here on this hourly chart. That was just a couple hours later. And then again, if you had let your profit stay on, you're continuing to come down, and then I had took the rest of my profit personally off the table right here at this undervalued doji, because that's another reversal signal, potentially signaling a turn in this market that's going to turn and rally up. The next example we're going to look at, this is the US dollar Japanese yen. This is actually a swing trade we placed last week on Friday, right before we closed the trading room. We shorted right up here on the opening of this bar, right next to this moderately overvalued price point, because we had a divergence between histogram and cycle finder. On our MQ momentum, you see we had a lower high histogram reading with a higher high price, and then a lower high cycle finder reading with a higher high price, again on a 60-minute chart. We closed that early on in today's trading session with a profit of roughly 40 pips or so, maybe a little bit less, but again that was still a very good trade, you can see. And again, we had very little unrealized losses before the market moved in our direction once more, because we're entering at these really attractive value points, which is what we're trying to do by using value charts and entering at attractive value levels. Now the next example, and the last example I'm going to show you, is a gold trade we had. It was just very short, very quick. We saw a bullish divergence on this 30-minute chart. You see we reached moderately undervalued here, where we had a lower low in price, but we had a higher low on our histogram for our momentum and a higher low on the actual momentum indicator itself. And then you see just 2 bars later, about an hour later, we went ahead and exited this trade. If you didn't exit, I know a couple people took the trade and didn't exit, they just moved their stop to break even. They probably got stopped out on break even, which is fine. It was a risk-free trade. But if you did take your profit, then you took a really nice scalp right there out of the market, lasting about an hour, where we traded a value range trade from undervalued to overvalued. Now we discuss all of these trading strategies and more in the live trading room with value charts. If you're interested in joining us, I would be more than happy to have you. Again, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8 a.m. until noon, and you can just go to ValueCharts.com and sign up for that. Look forward to seeing you there in the future.